welcome back to Open, everyone. So, always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNet TV, and while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. So, the update is an exhibition showcasing the works of Bronx artists, blending their personal experiences, influence of street culture, and the rich history behind them to create original works of art through different media and styles. Some of the artwork focuses on issues affecting the Bronx, such as displacement, gentrification, street violence, and economic struggle. And joining us to tell us more about the exhibition, please welcome Bronx Council on the Arts Outreach Coordinator Rosalie Ruiz, the update curator Chiara Cristina Ventura, and artist Monica Flores, and Audrima Wardlow, and I hope I didn't butcher that one. I was Audrima? Audrima. I said it right. Okay, just making sure. Woo! Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Thank
on this
you.
exhibition.
Thank you.
From what I understand, it's been a long time in the making.
Yeah.
And in expressing the next generation of art voices, right? Yeah. So, Rosalie, since you're representing the Bronx Council on the Arts, this whole event is actually by the Bronx Council on the Arts. So let's talk a little bit about what that process was.
Well, we have a partnership with Hostos College for the Longwood Arts Gallery, and we curate 4 shows in partnership with them every year. This one, definitely, like you said, it was a long time coming. For far too long, I think the narrative in our current climate is that younger voices don't matter. Mm-hmm. You hear that with the Greta Thunberg and Trump. You hear that when it comes to climate change, a whole bunch of, especially being Black and brown people, oftentimes our parents don't listen to us. Mm-hmm. So this was really our ode to advocate for the younger people in our borough through whatever expression they felt was necessary. And that's what we do at the Bronx Council.
So honestly, I'm just going to disagree with you a little bit because, you know why? Because you are our future, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's good that you made a stand to represent and present the work that you presented. But honestly, your voices matter more than anybody's. Right,
it's refreshing to hear you say that.
Oh, absolutely.
Not too many people would say that.
Oh, no, absolutely. So I want to talk about the process and how you decided to curate, right? So I want to make sure I get the names right.
Yeah.
Chiara.
Yes.
Chiara. And so, Chiara, I love that y'all young and y'all looking all fly, with your color hair and your color scarf, and you got the hat. Look. I got that level. Because I'll be living in serious denial. And so, Chiara, how did you choose your artists?
These are artists that I've been communicating with for years and following them throughout my curatorial journey. I started curating in the Bronx about 4 years ago, doing underground pop-ups and warehouses and apartments, whatever I could find. So these are a lot of artists that I just came across throughout my journey of finding artists from the last five years. I do use Instagram a lot to look at art, to do research, and also to just get informed about what's happening. So yeah, these are just artists in my circle and that I've came across in my journey.
That's wonderful. And so how did you decide on your storytelling, right? Because we're working, you're presenting different mediums of art, right? You've got sculptures, you've got photography, you've got art, visual arts, fine arts. So how did you decide on the story? I understand it's somewhat thematic.
Yeah, so for me, I was thinking of when people think of artists from the Bronx, they usually think of older artists or they think of graffiti artists like from the 70s and 80s. And then for me, it dawned upon me, I was just like, wait, do people know about like what's happening here? Because there's so much things that are happening here, underground shows, punk shows, pop-up shows. And I wanted to just update everyone on the young artists that are producing work right now, right here in our borough.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because you're like, hello, we're here.
Hello.
We're here. I'm excited that you've been out here.
We've been out here.
I love it. Yes, no, but that now you've got Longwood Arts.
Yeah.
Longwood Arts is, it's up there in the art world here in the Bronx.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that they supported the vision and understood how important this show is.
That's lovely. So I'm going to talk to some of the artists here. Monica, I believe we have an image of yours, right? So it's funny that she would say, oh, it's everything the 80s, da, 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 da. And I'm like, pero that photograph looks like it could be something
Yeah.
related to her mother's era.
Yeah, and that was sort of my intent when photo documenting what it means to be uptown, what it means to be from the Bronx.
Uh-huh.
I actually graduated from Lehman, so I do want to give a big shout out to Terry Towery from the art department who taught me the craft that I now know today.
Yay.
But yeah, this is sort of my ode to youth, ode to diaspora, ode to our existence and resistance, because there's a lot of beautiful emerging subculture that's being created in the Bronx as of now, and this is us honoring, our hip hop roots, our salsa roots. I've also photo documented the punk shows I created here in the Bronx, and yes, we have Bronx punks, and it's
Yes.
amazing and it's beautiful, and it's black and brown POC, having fun creating. So it's been a fun process creating and showing the community what we're up to.
Lovely, lovely. And Odemia?
Or dream,
Oh,
yeah.
Dreamia.
Call me
I
Dream
know,
too.
no, I'm like, oh, damn,
Dream.
oh,
Sweet
dream,
dream. I
yeah,
love that.
dream,
Dream is
dream,
dream.
dreams.
Yes, yes.
And so I noticed that in your artwork, there's a lot of feet, right? Right. So it could just be interpreted as footprints, but it's really what I interpreted from it is path and direction.
I love it because, I make my work and I focus on the soul, the feet, the soul, because I really want to focus on the journey and that narrative, how, each of our footprints is a story. And so the piece that I worked on for the update was really wanting to pay homage to my upbringing and my childhood in Fordham. I grew up right on Fordham and Sedgwick, and my fondest memories were walking up Fordham Road in the shopping center and seeing all the Nike Air Force Ones, these crisp Air Force One soles, and wanting to be a part of that culture and, feeling like, wow, like there's this scene, there's people, these are my people, and this is our own little code, like this is our language. And so I felt that it was imperative to really show and pay homage to sneaker culture, to the fashion, and really to the individual souls that make up the community.
I love it. I get
Thank
it
you,
too,
thank you.
right? Because there is a code and there is this other language that's spoken when you come from a certain area, and it presents itself through different ways and in different genres as that. And you're able to identify, right? Oh, I know that person came from here. I know that person came from there. So I want to ask you, Kara, the artists that you chose, if you would like to name them,
Yeah,
please do so,
yeah.
and what they represent. But really briefly, because we don't have
Okay,
that
yes.
too long. But I want to acknowledge the other artists that
Yeah.
weren't able to be present
Yeah,
today.
sure. Yeah. So, of course, we have Monica Flores,
Right.
Audremia Wardlow, Sarin Lilico. He's a conceptual and performance artist working with found materials, abstract artist. Then Estelle Masonette, she works with found objects and she creates street scenes with these found objects. And then we have Patrick Alston, who's an abstract artist. You can see influences of graffiti. He literally uses different fabrics, spray paint in his work. We have Stanley Steele, who's also influenced by graffiti in that era, but makes it his own and kind of mixes it with like advertisements. And then we have Ron Baker, who his work, he grew up in the projects. So his work is influenced by growing up in the projects, but also he has a sense of spirituality in his work. And then Dylan Gardner, who works with flowers a lot, and she actually, they actually used branches in their work, and their work is also really spiritual. Who else? Rocio Marie, who works with sculpture and clay and made Bronx Babe scene. So she made an ode to just Bronx girls and their styles and aesthetics. Who else? I think I got everyone.
Yeah.
That's 10 people.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah. And so everybody's within the same age bracket, right?
Yeah, so everyone is under 30. And that was one of the things that drew me to their work, but also I just wanted to show like Bronx artists can be experimental and we are a part of art history. I wanted to show that we're continuing in adding to the conversation and adding to birthing new ideas. And adding to different concepts and also being a part of art history. I studied art history and a lot of the times I don't see our narratives being represented at all.
Right.
And I want to show that we're still creative, we're still innovative in our forms, we're adding to the history of conceptual art, abstract painting, photography, documentary.
And
we're a
bringing
part
in your
of
culture in the
story.
process of being rather your
Yeah.
subculture from the urban culture, right? It depends on
Yeah.
which you identify with first.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's the urban culture and then there's the subculture of
Exactly.
your ancestry.
Yeah, it's really using like that, going by like the for us, by us model.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Congratulations,
Thank
ladies.
you.
All right, Rosalie, before we go, I'm going to give you the last word. So, I know this exhibition already opened,
Yes.
and it's currently on display at the Longwood Arts Gallery. It opened, what, January 6th, was it?
January 8th.
January 8th, and it's going to be on display till
February 26th.
February
Thank you.
26th. Nice. So people have plenty of time. Now, Longwood Arts Galleries, do they have hours in which people can go?
I believe it's 12 to 6 that you can visit us. Completely free, always accessible by the 2 and 4 train. If you take the 6, it's a little bit of a walk. But yeah, we're always open, we're always holding space, and we want to make sure that we're here and you know what we have available for you. If you're an emerging artist, if you're an established artist, we're here for you.
It's easy to get there, though. You just take the 4 or the 5 or the 2 to 149th, and it's a half a block.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely accessible. Awesome. Congratulations to you all. And thank you for bringing here to our audience. And you guys, once again, the Update exhibition will be on display until February 26th, and that's happening at the Longwood Arts Gallery in Hostos, which is located at 450 Grand Concourse. And for more information, you can visit bronxarts.org. Stay tuned, because Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next.